A massive fire, a crazy assassination attempt, a death in the family, and a perilous journey home. This is ANN. Good day, Aspenian. I am Robbie Origami, here to present you with this week's news. Starting off with our main story today, a lightning storm on Tuesday afternoon ignited a wildfire in the forest near Badger. Prince Lex and his friend, Parker Rowe, were in Grand Falls, Windsor when they spotted the smoke cloud. Panicked, they contacted Her Royal Majesty Queen Erica, and then she notified the appropriate Canadian authorities, who were unaware that their own country was on fire. Aspenian number 1. Ever since Tuesday, water bombers and helicopters have been flying through Aspenian airspace, which we so kindly have allowed them to do, in order to go and fight the fire. Currently, the fire is contained and is no longer a threat to Badger or Aspenia, and yesterday, the evacuation order for Badger was lifted. We hope the fire remains contained, and that the people of Badger may rest easy knowing that the fire has almost been eliminated. Moving on, there has been an assassination attempt against the Queen. Local Centaurian, Sandy, has brought a lobster into Aspenia, which the Queen is incredibly allergic to. Luckily, nobody's being executed, as for some reason, pioneering a guillotine and chopping heads off French Revolution style would make the government of Canada really upset. So the Queen has pardoned him, but just this once. In more troubling news, everyone's favorite red van, Violet, is in the hospital, and her condition is critical, making everyone in Aspenia very depressed, as we have now lost a part of our souls. Please give His Royal Majesty King Jason your condolences, as Violet was like the daughter he never had.
Hey!
In brighter, less treasonous news, our 4 new residents mentioned last week have finally been made citizens, and luckily, William and Selene, who were reported missing last week, have been found alive and well. I now go to Flary with a special interview with them on where they went and if they were held ransom. Take it away, Flary!
Thank you, Robbie. I am here with William and Selene. These two were reported missing last week.
Yes.
Where have you guys been?
Oh my god, it's a long story.
It's a long story,
It's a
yeah.
long story. At first it was supposed to be a honeymoon trip,
Yeah.
but then we didn't marry it, so it was just like a lover weekend, I
lover
guess, but
weekend.
it ended up being a week because...
Because we met a Viking on our road,
Yeah.
so
So when we met the Viking, we were like, oh nice, we just bought a sword last week and we were
Yeah.
like being friendly, and he was friendly at first. And then at some point, I don't know what happened, I just knocked out, and William too, like we went, I don't know, maybe he went on the back and then
yeah.
with the rock on the head, and then we woke up tied up on the chair, both together. At
Yeah.
least we were close to each other.
Yeah.
So we were like that on the
Oh my god!
Oh yeah, it was in the dark. It was
Yeah.
horrible, and he has so many questions. He thought we were spy or whatever
Yeah.
because of our accents. He was so confused that we were on this island. So
But we had a sword,
so we had our sword. We wait because he was so hungry. He went away for KFC, and then so when he went away, before he came back, we smelled the chicken
Yeah, the
from
chicken
KFC.
from
It's a
KFC.
very you can recognize the smell very
Yeah.
far away. So we untied each other together because we're a super team, and William has a lot of skills. Weird skills, I don't know how you did it. Where
I
did
can't-
you?
I can't say that to be in front of the
It's
camera, so
professional,
yeah.
it's private information. And then and yeah, we run off, and then with the sword we just like threatened him, and then he was very scared because he saw us the day before chopping wood with it, and he was like, wow, that's so impressive, I want something. And then we
We
went
ran.
away, but where were we? We were in the middle of the northern range
Range Traverse.
traverse, and we didn't have any compass, we didn't have food, we didn't
Yeah.
have anything,
Map,
nothing.
nothing.
So we had to follow trails, moose trails. We got lost a bit, and then it took us 4 days to get out of the park.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Just goes to show how Vikings, after 1,000 years, are still a problem on the West Coast. Back to studio.
Thank you, Flary. I would now like to go to Gary with the weather. How's this week's forecast, Gary?
Thank you, Robbie. This week is much better than last week because it is finally sunny enough for me to go rafting. I cannot wait to swim the Chute Rapid.
But Gary, don't you have a deathly allergy to water? How will you go rafting?
Then I guess I won't.
Gary, actually do your job and tell us the weather! Please.
Of course. As you can see, today we'll have overcast weather with a high of 17 and a low of 13. Sunday to Tuesday we'll have a partial rain with a high of 21 and a low of 11. And Wednesday and Thursday continue with a partial rain with colder temperatures, with a low of 8 and a high of only 18 degrees. Back to you, Robbie!
Thank you, Gary. And our final story for today, the Raft Shack has gained a washing machine. It must stay covered to avoid rain, and it can only use cold water. Maybe now Flary can stop washing his clothes in my home, which I usually wouldn't mind, but Flary is officially just socks everywhere! Robbie left to cool off. In the meantime, I guess I'll do the outro. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next week on ANN. Please sign my petition for me to be the chief correspondent.